You're watching DelmarvaLife. Now, let me tell you this. Let me let you in on a little secret here. If you're looking for a fun night out with your friends, maybe a date night out, or maybe you just like your drinks a little bit more sophisticated, this is the place to be. We are here in Seaford at the Benjamin, and I'm here with my friend Sean. He is the owner. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an incredible place that you have, and we're here during the day, and I can't imagine what it's like at night when this place is packed and full and the drinks are pouring, right?
It's a great time.
What first inspired you to start this place, the Benjamin?
Yeah, so I've loved craft cocktails, fine whiskey and wine for the last 10 plus years. I've been an avid collector. I've been working on a wine cellar that we're building out at our house and been collecting scotch and whiskeys until my wife continues to yell at me to stop. But I wanted to bring that passion to the community. I wanted to have a place where other passionate folks could kind of come and try and experiment with new things they haven't tried or seen, understanding a bit more of the history around how all of that kind of comes together, and then really looking at craft cocktails. We don't sling drinks, we craft cocktails, and we work to continue to make sure they're innovative, fresh, and new, and bring new cocktails every month.
Now, of course, when you're doing a lot of drinking, you're trying a lot of cocktails, you also need some food to go with it too, right?
Absolutely. So for food, we have a smaller place here. It's a bit more intimate, but it keeps it so we can change things often and be fun, but it also makes it hard to have a full selection of food. So what we do is actually partner with other local business owners and provide food trucks right outside the lounge. Most of them will bring the food right into you, and we have everything from pizza to Thai food to burger places to Mexican, a whole myriad. So it kind of makes it even more interesting where we don't have to have one set menu, and there's lots of different days where there's different options of food to bring in as well.
And you don't only have cocktails, which I would highly recommend people try the cocktails, but you also have other drink options as well, right?
Absolutely. We've got a full wine menu. We're starting with being able to sell full bottles of wine in March, where you can get it by the glass. We've also got a great craft beer selection, and then a very, very large and growing selection of whiskeys. And so we've got very well curated flights of whiskeys from around the world. So please, come in and try those. They're a great balance of different areas and regions, from Scotland to Ireland to the US and beyond.
And you also have wine tastings, right, coming up?
Absolutely, yeah. So every other month we do closed tasting events. Sometimes it's wine, spirits. Next month for March we have tequila. We pair that with food. We do a full dinner service and dessert, working with local catering. So it's a great night out, a great date night, and a really fun time as well to try new, different spirits and experiences.
Oh man, that's exciting. That's exciting. Thank you so much, Sean.
Absolutely.
Really
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. This definitely is not going to be my last time here at the Benjamin, so I'm going to send it to you guys back in the studio.
It's fun watching them make those smoky drinks. I think we saw one on there, like the smoky cocktails.
That was amazing.
It is amazing.
How they could do that.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful place. I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, and Sean tells us that the Benjamin hosts game days on Sundays. It's a fun opportunity to play any of their provided card and board games, or even bring your own while enjoying beer, wine, and handcrafted cocktails.
Before the break, we got to hear about the incredible cocktails the team at the Benjamin creates. I learned it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience you have to see to believe. And it's so cool to sit here, and people that come, they actually get to see how the cocktails are made, right?
Absolutely. we kind of pride ourselves on, making sure that customers actually get to see and kind of be involved in the experience. And so, we use mixing glasses instead of everything in the shaker, so that way they can actually see things as the ingredients are going in, see the fresh things that we're using into the cocktails, and how those change every month with the season, to make sure that we're kind of bringing something new and fun for every time that you come back.
Oh man, that's incredible. And people really have to come and see this magic live, but we're actually going to be doing it today on TV, right? We're going to be making a cocktail and see how that's made. I believe you brought a special helper, right? That's going to be making this. Come on over.
Come on, Holly.
What's your name?
I'm Holly.
Holly. All right. So Holly's going to be making this cocktail, and what is Holly going to be making?
So today we'll have her make the smoked maple old fashioned. It's my favorite. Everybody loves it, so why not start there?
It might even be my new favorite, right?
Well, you're gonna have to try it afterward.
All right. So tell us, how does this get started, Sean?
Yeah, absolutely. So first thing that we're going to do is that the old fashioned is actually one that's made in the glass. So generally for your martinis up drinks, they're going to be served, they're going to be made in a shaker or in a mixing glass, but old fashions are always one that's classically made in the glass. So we're going to start with the Saloon Rocks glass.
Okay. So we got our glass. What's next?
Absolutely. So for here, we're going to usually start with a sugar cube. So then, to be able to break down the sugar, we're going to add a splash of water.
Okay.
We're going to then add our bitters. From there, she'll work on muddling it together. So the muddling process is really important to make sure that you are breaking down the sugar effectively. So she'll have to mix that a while. And then also as part of the old fashioned, one of the other key parts is the dilution. So once she finishes that, adds in the bourbon, she's gonna add in some ice as well, and that goes through a long stir. You know, normally cocktails, you see them dump ice in, dump the drink in, and they just hand it. But for an old fashioned, it's actually really critical that you dilute it down a little bit, so that way it balances out the overall flavor of that bourbon, adds that bitters in, and a little bit of sweetness as well. We smoke our cocktails here in what we call what's called a cloche.
This looks like an awesome science experiment, you know?
You know, it's true. Cocktails are a lot about science and a lot about art.
Yeah.
You really have to be able to blend all the flavors effectively to kind of get that unique experience at the end. Everything we do here, we want the bar to be here. And so, somewhat of a pun intended. And we're always trying to raise the bar, try new things, and really experiment.
All right, so we got, what's that, a cherry on top?
So this here is a Luxardo cherry.
Oh.
So a lot of other places may serve them with maraschino, but they're actually much, much better with the Luxardo cherry. They're much deeper and richer in flavor and provides a really nice finish to the cocktail, so you can eat it as you're going along as well.
I love that. Looks amazing. That looks
All right,
perfect.
now let's smoke it. So here we have our smoke gun. So Miss Holly will
I was gonna ask you what makes the smoke. I thought you just put it in there and it magically, you know.
That would be amazing, but unfortunately there's a little bit more process to it.
Sure.
So it makes it, you know, quite the experience as well for customers. You know, you'll see on some of our socials and that people love to video this and post this to the page.
Now, what's she putting in the smoker there?
So this one here is going to be our regular oak chips.
Okay.
But we also do a hazy apple margarita, where we smoke the margarita with applewood chips. So it really balances out the sweetness of the apple in the cocktail, gives a little bit of that apple smoke, and kind of brings it all together.
I love it. I love it. All right. I can't wait to see this. I'm getting a front row view for this. Does the smoke, does it add a different kind of flavor?
It does, absolutely. So if you ever try it, you know, without it, you'll get it. It's really nice, a little bit more bourbon forward, and then has a bit of a shorter finish. The smoke actually kind of elongates the finish, balances out that maple and the bourbon a little bit. So my preference is actually with the smoke here as well.
All right.
And so now we'll go ahead. We let it sit for usually about 5 to 10 seconds. Let it infuse a bit more in the cocktail, and then.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Wow, that is awesome.
And have a beautiful presentation for our customers, which is then served for them here.
Well, Sean, I guess there's only one thing left to do, right? We got to see how it's made. Now we got to see how it tastes.
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right. That is delicious. You guys knocked it out of the park. I know baseball season's a little bit away, but you guys knocked it out of the park.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Can I rate it higher than a 10? Can I say 11 out of 10?
I mean, we've heard 100 out of 10.
100 out of 10. All right, 100 out of 10. 100 out of 10. If they can do it, I can do it, right? Man, that was amazing. Sean, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to be back. What was that called again?
Smoked maple old fashioned.
Smoked maple old fashioned. If you're new to cocktails, come here to the Benjamin and try this for yourself. And once you try that, that's definitely not going to be your last time for sure, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sean. And DelmarvaLife, we'll be right back.